You keep running from pain, and every time you run, something inside you gets weaker, not all at once, not in a way the world can see immediately. It happens quietly. One skipped workout, one promise delayed, one alarm ignored, one hard conversation avoided, one night where you said, tomorrow, and then tomorrow came, and you said it again. You do not lose your life in one great defeat. You lose it in small negotiations. You negotiate with your body. You negotiate with your discipline. You negotiate with your standards. You negotiate with the part of you that knows exactly what must be done. And every time you choose comfort over pain, you teach yourself one lesson. I cannot be trusted when it gets hard. That is the real damage, not the missed workout, not the unfinished project, not the wasted morning. The real damage is that you stop believing yourself. You say you will change, but your body remembers that you quit. You say you will rise, but your mind remembers that you surrendered. You say you want more, but your actions keep proving that you are still loyal to comfort. This is the law of pain. Pain does not ask whether you are ready. Pain does not care about your mood. Pain does not wait until your life is perfect. Pain stands at the gate of every better version of you, and no man enters that gate unchanged. The weak man sees pain and calls it unfair. The comfortable man sees pain and calls it unnecessary. The distracted man sees pain and opens another screen. But the disciplined man sees pain and understands, this is the price. This is the gate. This is the test. And the test is not here to destroy me. The test is here to reveal me. Long before a knight was trusted with a sword, he was tested by pain, not the pain of battle. That came later. First came the pain nobody celebrates. Cold mornings, empty stomachs, heavy armor, silent obedience, blisters under the hand, bruises under the mail, the ache of training before sunrise, the humiliation of correction, the boredom of repetition, the shame of failing in front of men stronger than him. A boy wanted the glory of the sword, but the order gave him the weight of discipline. He wanted the horse. They gave him the stable. He wanted the banner. They gave him the floor to scrub. He wanted the title. They gave him the hours. Because no order worth serving gives honor to a man who cannot endure discomfort. A sword in the hand of an undisciplined man is not power, it is danger. A title on the chest of an untested man is not honor, it is costume. A dream in the mind of a man who avoids pain is not a vision, it is fantasy. And fantasy is where weak men hide when reality demands payment. You have done this too. You have imagined the stronger version of yourself. You have seen him, the version of you who wakes earlier, trains harder, speaks less, works deeper, eats with control, builds with patience, keeps promises, holds his frame, stops begging life to be easy. You know that version exists. But here is the part you keep avoiding. He is not waiting for you in motivation. He is not waiting for you in another video. He is not waiting for you in the perfect plan. He is waiting for you inside the pain you keep refusing to enter. You want confidence, but confidence is not built by thinking about yourself. Confidence is built when you do what you said you would do, while every weak part of you begs to quit. You want self-respect, but self-respect is not given by comfort. It is earned when you choose the harder right over the easier wrong. You want discipline, but discipline is not a mood. Discipline is the decision you make after motivation has abandoned you. Every man wants the result. Few men want the cost. Everyone wants the body. Few want the hunger. Everyone wants the business. Few want the lonely hours. Everyone wants respect. Few want the responsibility. Everyone wants peace. Few want the war against their own impulses. Everyone wants the crown. Few want the weight. And that is why pain separates men. Pain is the border. On one side are the talkers. On the other side are the builders. On one side are the dreamers. On the other side are the disciplined. On one side are the men who need life to feel good before they move. On the other side are the men who move because the oath still stands. The first law is this: pain is not the enemy. Pain is the messenger. When your lungs burn, pain is telling you your body is being asked to grow. When your mind resists deep work, pain is telling you your focus has been weak for too long. When you feel the urge to quit, pain is showing you the exact place where your old identity is trying to survive. When silence feels unbearable, pain is revealing how addicted you are to noise. When loneliness hits, pain is asking whether you truly want the path or only the applause at the end. Most men misread pain. They think pain means stop, but often pain means begin. Not all pain is good. A wise man knows the difference between injury and growth, between destruction and discipline, between a wound that needs healing and discomfort that needs obedience. But most men are not avoiding injury. They are avoiding effort. They are not protecting themselves. They are preserving weakness. They call it rest, but it is not rest. They call it balance, but it is not balance. They call it self-care, but sometimes it is just surrender wearing clean clothes. There is a kind of rest that rebuilds a man, and there is a kind of comfort that rots him. Learn the difference. Rest prepares you to return stronger. Comfort convinces you not to return at all. Rest sharpens the sword. Comfort leaves it rusting in the corner. Rest is chosen by a man under command. Comfort is chosen by a man looking for escape. You know the difference. You may lie to others. You may explain it beautifully. You may call it timing, stress, recovery, circumstances, uncertainty. But deep down, you know when you are restoring yourself and when you are hiding. The second law is this: the pain you avoid becomes the chain you wear. Avoid the pain of training, and you will carry the pain of weakness. Avoid the pain of discipline, and you will carry the pain of regret. Avoid the pain of truth, and you will carry the pain of living a lie. Avoid the pain of responsibility, and you will carry the pain of being ruled by chaos. Avoid the pain of starting, and you will carry the pain of watching years disappear. Pain does not vanish because you avoid it. It changes form. You can suffer the pain of the path, or the pain of remaining exactly where you are. But you will suffer. That is not cruelty. That is life. The question is not whether pain will come. The question is whether your pain will build you or break you. A man who refuses chosen pain becomes a servant of forced pain. If you do not choose the pain of order, life gives you the pain of disorder. If you do not choose the pain of training, your body gives you the pain of weakness. If you do not choose the pain of focus, your future gives you the pain of wasted potential. If you do not choose the pain of honesty, your relationships give you the pain of collapse. There is no escape from pain. There is only direction, and the disciplined man directs his pain toward growth. The weak man lets pain direct him toward decay. This is why your excuses are so expensive. Every excuse gives comfort now and collects interest later. The bed feels good now, but the body pays later. The phone feels easy now, but the mind pays later. The skipped task feels relieving now, but your future pays later. The avoided conversation feels safe now, but your respect pays later. Comfort always offers short-term mercy, but it demands long-term debt, and eventually the debt comes due. One day you look in the mirror and do not recognize yourself, not because you became someone else overnight, but because you kept betraying the man you were supposed to become. The third law is this: pain reveals what you worship. A man says he values strength, but pain shows whether he worships strength or comfort. A man says he values discipline, but pain shows whether he worships discipline or mood. A man says he values freedom, but pain shows whether he worships freedom or convenience. A man says he wants greatness, but pain asks one question: what are you willing to lose for it? Because every serious path demands sacrifice. If you want the body, you must sacrifice appetite. If you want the mind, you must sacrifice distraction. If you want the mission, you must sacrifice excuses. If you want the oath, you must sacrifice the old self that keeps breaking it. This is where most men turn back, not because they are incapable, but because they want transformation without death. They want to become new without burying anything old. They want discipline without losing comfort. They want focus without losing entertainment. They want strength without losing ease. They want honor without losing options. But the gate does not open for divided men. A knight cannot serve two kings, and you cannot serve both comfort and command. One will rule. The only question is which one. Look at your day, not your words. Your day. Your calendar is your confession. Your habits are your creed. Your attention is your altar. What you repeat is what you worship. If you say, discipline matters, but your morning belongs to your phone, then discipline is not your king. If you say your future matters, but your nights belong to distraction, then your future is not your king. If you say your body matters, but your appetite gives orders, then strength is not your king. Pain exposes the throne. It shows what truly rules you. That is why you hate it. Not because pain is only hard, but because pain removes the mask. When you are tired, the mask falls. When you are rejected, the mask falls. When nobody is watching, the mask falls. When the work becomes boring, the mask falls. When progress is slow, the mask falls. And then you meet the truth. Not the man you describe, not the man you post, not the man you imagine, the man you actually are. This is why pain is sacred, because pain tells the truth when your ego lies. The fourth law is this: do not waste your pain. Many men suffer and learn nothing. They go through heartbreak and become bitter. They go through failure and become afraid. They go through loss and become cynical. They go through pressure and become cruel. That is not transformation. That is unprocessed pain becoming poison. Pain alone does not make you strong. Pain with meaning makes you strong. Pain with discipline makes you strong. Pain with reflection makes you strong. Pain with an oath makes you dangerous. A man can be hurt and still remain weak. A man can be rejected and still remain childish. A man can fail for years and still learn nothing. The wound does not crown you. The response does. So when pain arrives, do not only ask, why is this happening to me? Ask, what is this trying to forge in me? Is it patience? Is it humility? Is it endurance? Is it focus? Is it the death of your need for approval? Is it the end of your excuses? Is it the beginning of command? Pain becomes power only when you extract the lesson. Otherwise, you are just bleeding. And there is no honor in bleeding without learning. The knight who survives battle but returns arrogant has learned nothing. The man who suffers but refuses responsibility has learned nothing. The man who loses and blames everyone has learned nothing. The man who fails and does not adjust has learned nothing. Pain is not proof that you are growing. Growth is proven by what pain changes in you. So ask yourself honestly, what has your pain taught you? Or have you only been carrying it? Have you used it to build discipline? Or have you used it as an excuse to stay wounded? Have you used it to sharpen your standards? Or have you used it to justify weakness? There is a difference between being hurt and being forged. The forged man does not deny pain. He does not pretend it did not happen. He does not hide from the scar, but he does not worship the scar either. He takes the lesson, he tightens the armor, he returns to the gate. The fifth law is this: chosen pain creates freedom. This sounds like a contradiction, but it is not. The man who trains is free from the shame of weakness. The man who saves is free from the panic of chaos. The man who focuses is free from the slavery of distraction. The man who speaks truth is free from the burden of pretending. The man who keeps his oath is free from the prison of self-doubt. Discipline feels like restriction to the weak man, but to the trained man, discipline is liberation, because every chosen hardship removes a future chain. Wake up early, and you are no longer ruled by the bed. Train your body, and you are no longer ruled by softness. Control your appetite, and you are no longer ruled by impulse. Do the work, and you are no longer ruled by fear. Face the truth, and you are no longer ruled by illusion. This is why a disciplined man walks differently, not because his life is easy, but because he is no longer begging ease for permission. He has suffered on purpose. He has met resistance and kept moving. He has felt the old self scream and still obeyed the oath. This is the kind of man the world cannot easily own, because he has already paid in private. He has already stood in discomfort. He has already entered the cold. He has already watched excuses rise inside him like enemies at the wall, and he did not open the gate. Understand this: the man who cannot endure pain can be controlled by anyone who offers comfort. Advertisers control him. Food controls him. Lust controls him. Noise controls him. Praise controls him. Fear controls him. Mood controls him. He does not need chains around his wrists. His appetites are enough. But the man who can endure chosen pain becomes difficult to manipulate. He does not collapse because something is uncomfortable. He does not betray his path because pleasure knocks. He does not abandon the oath because emotion changes weather. He is not invincible, but he is not cheap. Comfort cannot buy him easily. That is freedom, and freedom always has a price. Now listen carefully. You do not need a perfect life to begin. You do not need a perfect plan. You do not need a new identity, new equipment, new motivation, or another sign from the universe. You need one honest oath. One. Not 50 goals. Not a fantasy life plan. One oath that proves you are still under command. Tomorrow morning, before the world enters your mind, before the phone poisons your attention, before comfort starts negotiating, you will do one hard thing. It can be training. It can be writing. It can be cleaning the room you keep ignoring. It can be the work you keep delaying. It can be the conversation you keep avoiding. It can be sitting in silence instead of escaping into noise. But it must be done before comfort has a voice. That is the ritual. One hard thing before the day owns you. No announcement, no drama, no waiting to feel ready, no motivational ceremony, just obedience. Because the oath is not proven when it is easy. The oath is proven when the old self asks to be spared. And this is where you will meet yourself, not in your dreams, not in your plans, not in your words, but in the moment where pain appears and you decide who gives orders. Comfort will speak. It always does. It will say, you can start later. You deserve rest. One day does not matter. You are too tired. You are not ready. Nobody will know. And that last sentence is the most dangerous. Nobody will know. But you will. Your body will know. Your mind will know. Your future will know. Your self-respect will know. Every secret surrender leaves a mark, and every secret victory builds a throne. This is the hidden battlefield, not the battlefield of applause, not the battlefield of public recognition, the battlefield before sunrise, The battlefield in the kitchen, the battlefield in the empty room, the battlefield between your hand and the phone, the battlefield between the oath and the excuse. That is where a man is built. That is where he is ruined. Most people will never see your real war. They will only see the result. They will see the body, not the hunger, the calm, not the restraint, the confidence, not the private obedience, the success, not the silent years, the honor, not the pain that purchased it. Let them see only the result. You do not need witnesses. You need standards. A knight does not ask the crowd if the oath still matters. The oath matters because he gave it. And if your word means nothing when it hurts, then your word means nothing. That is brutal, but it is clean. You either obey the oath, or you admit comfort as your master. There is no third path. Do not soften this. Do not decorate it. Do not hide behind complexity. Your life changes when your relationship with pain changes. When pain stops being a stop sign and becomes a gate. When discomfort stops being a reason to quit and becomes proof that you have reached the edge of the old self. When discipline stops being punishment and becomes the price of freedom. You have avoided enough. You have delayed enough. You have explained enough. You have consumed enough. You have watched enough men speak about strength, while your own oath waits in silence. Now it is your turn to pay. Not forever. Not all at once. Today. One chosen pain. One hard action. One kept promise. Then tomorrow again. This is how the weak version dies. Not through one dramatic transformation, but through repeated refusal to obey him. He asks for comfort. You give him command. He asks for delay. You give him action. He asks for noise. You give him silence. He asks for escape. You give him the gate. And day by day, the old self learns. He no longer rules here. Pain is not here to ruin you. Pain is here to strip away everything in you that cannot carry the life you claim to want. It strips away fantasy. It strips away excuses. It strips away false confidence. It strips away childish need. It strips away the part of you that wants glory without burden. And if you let it, pain will leave behind something stronger, quieter, sharper, harder to deceive. A man under command. A man who does not need life to be easy before he acts. A man who does not break his word because the weather inside him changed. A man who understands that the gate was never locked. It was guarded by pain. And all this time, you were not trapped. You were simply refusing to enter. So enter. Do the thing you keep avoiding. Face the discomfort you keep naming as impossible. Train when the mood is gone. Work when the excitement fades. Speak truth when your voice shakes. Sit in silence when distraction calls. Keep the promise when nobody watches. Let pain ask its question, and answer with obedience. Because beyond the gate is not comfort. Beyond the gate is not applause. Beyond the gate is not an easy life. Beyond the gate is the man you were supposed to become, and he is not reached by wishing. He is reached by payment. This is the law of pain. The pain you choose becomes the strength you own. The pain you avoid becomes the prison you live in. Choose carefully, because the oath is waiting. And the gate does not open for men who only talk. It opens for the ones who step forward while it hurts. Comment these words if you understand. The oath stands.